I've been involved in photography for quite a number of years, I suppose as a photographer first, and then since the early 90s been involved in the production of Source generally, and then as one of the co-editors of the magazine. I studied photography in Newport in Wales, which was a photojournalist course. People like David Hearn, Keith Arnett, Paul Rees were teaching there, and then after that I went up to Glasgow School of Art, where the course was run by Thomas Joshua Cooper, Roger Palmer. So I've had across quite a wide spectrum from quite photojournalistic traditional ideas to the kind of more metaphysical stance of people like Thomas Cooper.
This is the offices of Source magazine. We've been publishing since 1992. These are then, we keep a number of the back issues of the magazine here. And we've had a number of different format changes over the years, from this one of the first issues of the magazine here, and just in terms of the size of the magazine. And we switched up to this format, but maybe give you some sense just of the how long we've been actually publishing for. It's another more recent issue of the magazine that would give you a better idea of the current format of Source. We also then have quite a good selection of books. These have been built up over the years, and they're a good reference point, certainly in editorial meetings when we are discussing work. They're a good way for us to cross-reference the work against what we know about and what's been published elsewhere, and just a very good resource for us to have as editors to keep on top of what's going on in contemporary photography. It's arranged by country, and then there's also a range of catalogues that have been published to go along with exhibitions, which we keep here. We also then keep on top of what's happening elsewhere through exchanges with a lot of the other magazines. So there's things like Aperture, Camera Austria, Blind Spot, and we just use those again just to sort of have a sense of what's happening elsewhere in the world, so that we're not reinventing the wheel in terms of what we publish.
So one of the main things that I do in Source is find the three portfolios of photographs in each issue of the magazine, and that's something that I've been doing consistently throughout my time at Source. So I spend a lot of time meeting with individual photographers through portfolio review days that Source organises, and also then through attending portfolio reviews at various festivals over the years, things like Rhubarb, Format. I'm certainly not looking for people who have gallery representation or who have done big museum shows. There's not that emphasis for me on a pre-existing reputation. I'm going to look at the work and judge it on its own merits. We get a lot of work submitted through email, but those that we're interested in pursuing a little more, then we often get photographers to send in prints. It's one of the ways that we like to look at work and discuss it. So it also gives you a sense of work will sometimes sit around for a year or so for us to find the right context for us to publish it. And it literally, the work is on the table. It isn't an instant process. We also have a section of the magazine where we encourage photographers to send us self-published books, and again, that's another component of what we do. This is, this is a mixture of some self-published books and then public books by more mainstream publishers. And again, the magazine is it's a filtering process really, where we request or we get these books sent in by publishers and photographers, and we look through those, and the most interesting stuff is what we decide to review. Jesus, everybody must be rushing into church. Okay. One of the things that's going to be happening as part of the Source Chord Prize is that Source magazine is going to publish the winning entry. That means that it's particularly important for me to make sure that we get to see some good work, and also that we really go over the work in detail in terms of picking out the person who wins, because it's obviously important to Source that we're publishing a very strong piece of work in the magazine. So we're in the centre of Belfast and just coming up to the Source offices.